Okay, we're back. I'm still a hostage here. We're joined in the studio by our next guest.
Yes.
His name is Julius Cartwright.
Hello.
Welcome, Julius.
How you doing? Welcome. Now, Julius is a unique fella. I met him a few years ago, and he seems to be an all right dude, but don't let that face fool you. I'm letting you know. Julius Cartwright personifies the essence of a successful visionary speaker, author, and strategic serial entrepreneur. His thoughtful approach, ability to actualize and chart a result-driven business course has earned him the respect of his community, industry peers, and emerging business leaders. His thriving ventures, Dream Team Realty, a full-service real estate brokerage out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
Okay, Upscale Select Builders. I did not know about that one. Upscale Select Builders, a new construction and rehab development company, and what he's going to be talking about today is Equity Movement Enterprises Inc. So,
Good.
Julius, I see here that you know a couple of 2 or 3 things over the years.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
which must have led you to Equity Movement.
Correct.
All right. So, what was the driving force behind the idea of Equity Movement?
Well, first, let me say that I do approve this message.
I like that.
So, based on what you said, that as a shameless plug on my bio, I just wanted to thank you for that. Well, it's a combination. I think it's a compilation of what has led up to my career. I've been in the business for about 30 years.
Okay.
And being on all sides of it as a real estate agent,
Right.
as a rehabber, and leading a trade association,
Right.
you realize that there's some missing ingredients
Right.
in the whole industry as a whole. And I mean, everybody wants to talk this home ownership piece, which I think is a great idea.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to look at what are the steps that we have to do to get to the home ownership.
Very true.
And that's
Very
the
true.
number is, for every 10 people that can buy it, maybe 2,000 that can't.
Exactly.
So where's the market? The market's in the 2,000, not the 10.
That's right.
Everybody's chasing the 10. So
Exactly.
what we did is created a program that would assist people along that process, and not just real estate, but just the overall financial awareness and wellness as a nation. We
But
need
see,
to move in that direction.
one of the things I found out, and because I had the opportunity for the first time to go to the NAREP convention, and I learned quite a few things that I wasn't aware of.
Okay.
And the most important thing I didn't know, because when you work on this side of the boulevard, so to speak, you say everybody can, but everybody can't, because there is an education gap, which I think you're fulfilling here. That's the problem, because there's an education gap. And one of the things I do, when I teach my classes, I tell the agents all the time, educate, don't sell. But I didn't realize I was ignoring my own message.
Okay.
Yeah. So with this process here, how are you reaching out to secure the people to basically put them on this 12 challenges and overcoming these 12 challenges?
Well, you're spot on. The key is education, education, education. Basically, what we have is the piece is unique because whether you're on welfare or you're a millionaire, something in there for everybody.
Okay.
And the 12 resources consist of credit, which we know we all of us either improving our credit, maintaining our credit, or doing something in the credit space.
Running from it.
Right.
Yeah, or that too. Yeah. Well, we're in denial. We're in denial. Yeah. And so the other piece is budgeting.
Right.
Which, I mean, fundamentally, nobody likes that. It's in budget. We are instant purchasers.
absolutely.
We're impulse buyers, so we all struggle with budgeting.
Right.
Savings, as a nation, we're not saving money like
Right
we
at
should. And then retirement, we're not prepared for retirement, particularly real estate practitioners in general. And then the next one is kind of unique because this is the new space that everybody's looking to get into, and that's cryptocurrency, which some people are skeptical about, but yet crypto is really,
Skeptical.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
If I can't fold it or hear it, I don't want it.
I got you. Well, I got some. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one. And then the next one is stocks. Your investments, your stocks, mutual funds, bonds, stuff like that. And then the next one is college savings, preparing for college savings, or college debt reduction, which we know is a huge issue.
That's very, very huge.
And then the eighth one is insurance. So we start talking about wealth. that's a big gap because people don't have the insurance to work with. And then we get to home ownership, which is really number 9. So on our resources 1 through 9 before you even get to home ownership. And then the next one is real estate, being a real estate investor.
Right.
And then it's investment clubs and then business development. So
Right.
if you have everything else intact, people are going to be interested in 3 things out of our 12. And that's being a real estate investor, cryptocurrency, and business development, if you have everything else in order.
And see, what a lot of people, one of the things I tell first-time home buyers, or those who are trying to venture out of renting, I always say, you need to buy real estate.
Correct.
But they say, but I hear a lot of why. I said, because you can't throw seeds out the window and grow any more land.
Got that right.
Okay? So basically, you need to get your cut of it, or you have none of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, and then you go to those who are serial renters, I call them. I talked to a lady the other day, and I said, basically came down to, she didn't realize she was paying somebody else's mortgage. She says, oh, I'm paying rent. I said, you realize somebody owns that building. That building just pop up out of the ground. Somebody owes money.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
And she didn't have a clue she was paying somebody else's mortgage. That's that education piece
Yes.
you're talking about.
Yes.
That's the
Exactly.
education piece you're talking about. So how do you get them out of where they have lived forever? How do you get them out of that? I mean, what's going to motivate them out of it?
Well, first thing is that we recognize that we can't change people. Every change comes from within.
Right.
And so you have to share an expired vision,
Okay.
which is what we attempt to do, and say, join the movement, because here's the thing, our movement is free.
Right.
We don't charge, so anybody can join at any level.
Okay.
And then we're targeting 4 generations. So we're looking at the baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. And we're even looking at the alpha gens, which is the next group
Can we
coming
leave out
out.
the millennials? I'm just saying.
We can't afford to leave them out.
Oh, they get on my nerves.
We cannot afford to leave. I have 2 sons that are millennials, 27
Yeah.
and 25, and believe me, I at their age already own 2-3 houses.
Exactly.
And both of them are in the process of looking into buying a home, but they're late bloomers, and
Right.
that's just how they think. Some would say the thinking is flawed, but I would say there's a new era in the way the thought process and the mind works with that group, and it's something that we have to change the dynamics. That's part of the reason why we wanted to make it free,
Right.
because we know if we put a price tag on it, then we would have an issue.
You create
with,
fear.
Yeah, and then you
create
got
fear.
you got somebody in high school, they can't be a part of it. So
Right.
you come here, join the movement, get the help and the resources you need, hit one of the resources that you want to tap into, and start getting the education and training. Some of the things in those resources
Right.
will be a charge for.
Right.
If you need credit counseling for a house, that will probably be free. But
Right.
if you need credit repair, we know there's going to be a fee
Exactly.
associated with that. So
But I have to ask the question.
Sure.
What was that point of motivation? I mean, because one of the things I always say, I'm not telling you anything new. I'm telling you everything you ignore.
Okay.
So what was that point of motivation for you? Because all this stuff is applicable, but you put it on a train.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought you never asked, man. I feel like I just won a national championship.
Yeah,
He's got his
yeah.
hat on now. Watch out.
Let me
Watch
put
out,
my hat
everybody.
on and put I feel like I won a
Hat
national
on.
championship.
He's getting
I'm in the
ready
locker
to
room with the
answer
Toronto
that.
Raptors,
Woo.
Cavaliers, Warriors, whatever. So it was the moment, the turning point for me was when I created the report for the state of housing in Black America.
Oh, wow.
So when I recreated the report, the State of Housing in Black America, and we issued that report, and the report talked about the home ownership,
Right.
but we start looking at African Americans. 50% of African Americans have negative net worth.
Right.
So if you're underground, you're not even at ground level,
Right.
much less be in a position to buy a home.
Right.
Then if, the thought process says what this nation needs is a movement.
Right.
And they need an equity movement in this country. And this movement is not germane to one particular race, because
true. Very true.
money is green and we're in a multicultural society. So
right.
all races matter in the whole quest for financial wellness.
And it's not only financial wellness. I think you add stability there.
Yes.
I think you add a level of aspiration. I aspire to be better with my money. I aspire better to be my investments. I aspire to leave a legacy of real estate, a legacy of financial stability. And I hear so much negativity on both sides. I hear, I'm not wasting my time with them over there.
Right, right.
They don't want anything. Well, if you keep telling them they don't want anything, they're going to start believing they don't
Yes,
want anything.
yes.
So you have to do it by example. You have to create a aspirational position. Like this equity movement, I like it. Equity movement, I like it. I like it a lot because it's
That's
sitting
quite a
there-
compliment coming from you. I mean,
it hits you in the gut. It hits you in the gut
It's
with
the truth,
yeah, it's the truth. It hits you in the gut. It's like, okay, that makes sense. Now, what do we need to do to push it forward? And I can tell you that the two of us, we're gonna help you push this forward as much as possible because we are on YouTube TV, Apple TV, Roku, Vimeo, TuneIn. We're on all those channels as well as Instagram TV. So we gonna help you push equity movement as much as you can stand.
all right, thank you. Is that like a shameless plug for an advertising pitch? Are you pitching me to advertise? Is that?
I ain't asked you for nothing. Thank you very much, damn it. I just said I'm gonna help you, man. Now you ain't gonna sit there and
Well, what
I'm not asking you for no check, damn it.
You know
okay.
what's crazy?
I just wanted to get that on record.
No, but just before he came on, as all our guests that we bring on, when we know somebody's doing something right out there, you're invited on this show.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it works.
Right.
It's either like previous guest on here, referral based, booming over here in the Woodlands. You know, she's invited because people have good things to say about her. The same way you're providing an education.
Yes.
You stand for what me and EL are trying to do every weekend, is to educate people as to what's going on in the industry in our city and in home ownership and so forth. But you can't own a home if you don't know where to start, if you don't have any skill set behind you or any
That's right.
knowledge of how to budget, what it takes to prepare. I tell you what, if it takes you a year, 5 years, or even 10, start working on this education and this process, because home ownership, why should you be paying someone else's mortgage when you can own your own house?
That's right.
Okay?
So on that note, because he thought I was soliciting, I don't like him. Okay. Okay. We're gonna take a break, pay some bills. See, our bills is paid. Damn it. Okay. We're gonna pay some bills. We're gonna come back for our final segment with Julius Cartwright of Equity Movement. I don't like him at all. Okay. But we're gonna be, but we gonna be back. Pay some bills, Ivan.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM. This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Association. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in and we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Granny D's. Looking for a great atmosphere and good soul food that reminds you of grandmama's or mama's cooking? Then Granny D's is it. Serving all your favorites from collard greens, mac and cheese, oxtail, smothered pork chop, fried pork chops, lip smacking fried chicken, just to name a few. Stop by for lunch specials and grab something to go and take something home for dinner. Granny D's is located at 1950 Louetta Road, Spring, Texas 77388. They also provide DoorDash just for your convenience.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
There's a special place in the Woodlands where you can feel comfortable opening your business. We are located at 10210 Grogan's Mill Road. Our building has a unique Vedic architectural design with landscape grounds and lakeside views, on-site management, and maintenance. We also provide free Wi-Fi and the opportunity to promote your business on 91.1 FM The Boss. This wonderful location is near the Woodlands Mall, Market Street, and just minutes from Bush Intercontinental Airport. 10210 Grogan's Mill Road, the only social media building in the Woodlands. Don't delay. Schedule a tour today by calling 713-777-7368.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
For any maintenance needs on your commercial or personal vehicle, EVG Loan Store Service specializes on European, Asian, and domestic vehicles. We can assist you with wheel alignments, tire balance, AC services, computer and electric diagnostic, and more. We're located at corner of 1230 Aldine Mail Route and Reeston Road in Houston 77039. Our phone number is 936-344-1672, or you can find us on our webpage www.evglss.com. EVG Lone Star. If it's got wheels, we can fix it.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
We're back, and I was told during the break that this is now the Julius Cartwright segment.
It absolutely is.
With
He's
equity
taking
movement.
over.
He's
taking
basically,
over.
he wanted to talk about millennials, boo hiss. What else you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk about another challenge with the home ownership.
You go right ahead.
Okay, so let's talk about the millennials. Let's kind of kick the ballistics on that for a minute. I think one of the things that you cannot underscore with the millennials or leave out is the fact that they were so impacted by the housing crisis that they felt the pain of the parents struggling losing houses.
I agree with that.
So
100%.
in some respects, I think there's a level of fear there because of what they watched their parents go through.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's justifiable, but that has to be factored in.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other thing, when we start talking about home ownership, the biggest challenge why most people don't own a home is the income. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have enough income. So one of the things that we want to do through our business resource piece, business development, is to also post jobs and encourage people to become entrepreneurs, even if they do it part-time, because we know if you can pick up a $500 to $2,000 a month, that's the difference in offsetting your bills to be able to buy a house. Well, most people would buy, but when you got a car and you're paying rent and you got kids and you get so much income coming in, it's just not enough money to make the move.
But to add to that, I taught a class the other day, and matter of fact, our BROAC class, and we had the Metro study. The black homeowner, the black family, leads the country in multi-generational housing, where you got 3 generations living in and or buying houses more so than any other race right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it came out of the Metro study. And I was like, really? But then I started thinking about it. I have family that have 3 generations living in the house. I didn't even think about that until I read that I have multiple family members that are living in a house. You have retirees who have their children and their children's children are in the house because they've combined those incomes to be able to buy a house that's not in their individual window, but it's in their collective window to buy homes and stuff like that. So what do you think about the generational housing to address that right there?
I think that has happened partly because when the market crashed, we saw the hedge funds go in and buy up a lot of the properties, and now there's a shortage of inventory because they bought stuff off market with Freddie, Fannie, and HUD. And so those things never hit the market, and it's supply and demand, it's economics. So if you don't have real estate, then the price is going to go up.
Exactly.
And now there's an affordability problem. That's my biggest fear.
Right
now is an affordability issue for people to buy. I did a workshop in LA, and I made the mistake of saying to a group of 20 women, young ladies, supercharged college students getting together, former college graduates getting together, talking about their finances and wellness and health. We were at a yoga center, and I talked about price points being about $450, and they quickly and abruptly corrected me.
From Los Angeles, you
they
got
said you need to be talking more like $550, $600.
That's right.
And she said, yeah, we want to buy, but we don't qualify.
That's right.
And so I encourage people like that to come to places like Cleveland where they can buy real estate relatively cheap and get a 15% cash-on-cash return off of the investment.
That wasn't a plug at all.
No, that was just that
wasn't a plug.
I think that slipped out. Did I say that? Did that come
out? But I wanted to ask you something. He also has a magazine.
Yes.
And it's free to subscribe to this magazine. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the Equity Movement magazine is basically one of the ways that we deliver the message. And sure, you can hold that up, and you can get one to my counterpart over there.
I don't want
it. So on the first issue that EL is holding up, that's all four of those individuals are me. I'm playing four characters: Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry and Flo from Progressive are not the only ones that can play four characters. But I'm representing. I mean, I come on the show and these guys laugh. I mean, I'm a comedian over here, right? All right, so you got to turn it back around.
Right.
Okay,
we wanted to laugh some more.
So the guy in the yellow is the millennial. The guy with the cigar is the baby boomer. That's me. I'm really a Gen X doing like this, and then that's the Gen Z. And so we're talking about the way to reach them. Now, what we're working on in our magazine is being able to have some messaging for all four generations.
Oh, wow, okay.
And that is very difficult because everybody thinks alike and they communicate differently. So you're talking about tapping into four different age groups.
You really, that's a very strong message for anyone who's in business as an entrepreneur. When you're dealing with different cultures, different age brackets and so forth, you want to address people as they need to be talked to in the language and so forth. And it's hard to do. You're right.
That's
I didn't
correct.
think about that.
And we've already agreed that we're going to put the Equity Movement link for their magazine to download off the Real Estate U Show website as well. So we got to get with June on what she needs from you. That's our website host.
Okay.
The link so she can download, because I don't know what your distribution network is, but I don't talk computer.
Neither do I.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, but we'll put it on there with the Real Estate U Show magazine.
Yeah, so that way we can, you can tap into those different generations. We also reach people through, we've been working on some TV shows, and they're going to be coming out in September on Roku, and we'll be launching that out. Right now, we have a few things that we've launched on YouTube, and so we got some stuff that we're going to be.
So you're going to do a cameo with us in one of those shows.
Yeah.
We gotta do
so the next thing we're working on is radio, but
But from when I left the national conference, she can tell you, I came back, I said, look, we got with production, we got with our website host, we're going to put a link in each NAREB market.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We're going to put a link in each NAREB market. So basically, and then talking to some of the brokers that from around the country that I met, so that they can call in and Skype in, and we can showcase houses in their market from right here because of Global Live. Because and those links are actually going live next week.
You guys got it all figured out. I got to figure out how I can be on the team. I mean, I just
no.
Well, anybody that can pull off all these hairstyles, man, check it out. I mean,
you got to have hair to do that.
All this stuff going on.
So,
Talent.
Tell me about the website and how to get in contact with you via the website.
Yes, www.equitymovement247.com. They can go on, they can register to join, and they can find all our magazines and get updated information on our organization and what we're doing.
Now, do you go into multiple markets and teach?
Yes, in fact, I'm in the process of negotiating in a couple markets, Houston being one of them, to come in and do some teaching. And we're also in the process of working curriculums out with colleges and high schools now to come in and teach this.
Yeah, because, there is, I'm a part of Southeast Texas economic development boom they got going down in the Beaumont Golden Triangle. They got $50 billion worth of investment from foreign country like Netherlands and Qatar to build a new oil refinery down there. So they got jobs coming in, new construction coming in, but they don't have a plan. So in working with the mayors down there, we're part of the process of micro communities where you start out with small communities maybe 100, 150 houses, but you don't put in a 40,000 square foot grocery store. You put in a 10,000 square foot grocery store because they can service that. They can't serve a 40,000.
Yes.
So now you plug these in, and that's one of the things that we can do in that. So, but they have a home buyer shortage. They don't have a land shortage.
Wow.
They don't have a home buyer shortage. So this would be good to educate the potential buyer to buy homes, because two of the individuals that are part of the program down there, they're builders.
Okay.
And they're building in the price point, and they have people coming in, and they don't have any new homes. And then you got the Netherlands. They're going into Port Arthur. They bought up all of Port Arthur downtown. They're going to put their headquarters right there in downtown Port Arthur.
Wow.
Oh, it's huge down there.
That's
Southeast
amazing.
Texas is good. But they have no buyers. They have no buyers.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, well, that's the kind of stuff we can come in and kind of fill the void and bring those people up to speed, take them through the process, and get them prepared for home ownership.
Now, see, this is our friend Julius Cartwright. Actually, that's Dina's friend, Julius Cartwright. That's not EL's friend. That's Dina's friend.
Well, they're our friend.
Okay,
Our
I got
friend.
our friend?
Yes.
That's too much. Give me that website again.
That's equitymovement247.com, and it's Equity Movement 247. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social media outlets.
And we also have his phone number up there, 216-273-8008. That's 216-273-8008. That's our good friend Julius Cartwright of equitymovement247.com. Sign up because he's going to be impacting communities across the nation, facilitating homeownership and equity building.
Education, education,
there you go.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yes.
So tell people bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Class is dismissed. Julius, get out.